Hey everyone, it's editors Gregory and Ashley. We're here to catch you up on everything that went on during Paris Fashion Week.
We finally made it to the end of Fashion Month, as we call it. You know, we hit New York, we hit London, Milan, and then we come to the biggest and the best, Paris.
It's really the crown jewel in fashion month.
It is. Even though the crown jewels might be in London, the crown jewel fashion's definitely in Paris.
Totally.
So what was your favorite show of the week?
I would say it's an obvious one, but Chanel. I mean, it was really great. There's been this obsession with streetwear recently, and kind of touched upon Karl Lagerfeld because he created the Boulevard Chanel.
I know. What other designer can create an entire street for his runway?
If there's anyone to do it, it's Karl.
Right.
And what's a street without a protest? I mean, he had this kind of ultra feminine attitude going on where it was like, you know, why can't men be pregnant? Free is freedom. All these kind of great signs.
It was a very girl power show.
All about girl power. I mean, the Spice Girls should have been playing.
I know, really. Right? They absolutely should have.
But it was cool. He had a bunch of tweed suits, really fabulous boots. It was a really nice collection, kind of put together with great punctuation.
You know, I have to admit, I wasn't a huge fan of the suits. I thought they were a little baggy. I understand where he was going with it because it's, you know, those nod to like the 70s like working girl suits. And
totally,
these,
it's having a moment. Baggy is having a moment.
Yeah, but the accessories were to die for. Those boots were awesome. They were like these cool rainbow, like iridescent looking things. They were really cool. And I mean, he has the best models in the world walking for him. He has Giselle. He has Cara Delevingne. Of course, Kendall, because what show isn't Kendall in these days? But so I have to admit, I really liked the show itself. Maybe it's not my favorite collection, but you gotta give it up to him.
I mean, always where Karl's going. He always goes towards the future. So I feel like these baggy suits that are maybe, a little hard to look at right now, totally. I feel like in maybe a year and a half, everyone's going to be wearing them.
Probably. You'll probably catch me in like a baggy suit in like
We're both going to be wearing
2016.
Yeah, it's going to be happening.
Probably.
What about your favorite show?
I really loved Miu Miu. You know, you gotta get up to like Prada's little sister.
Yes.
You know, they're kind of a quirky brand, and they're kind of a march to the beat of their own drummer band.
Cool edge. They totally do.
And this year it was kind of like 80s Heathers meets punk. So it was kind of this like punk brat.
Right.
So, you know, you had some plaids and you had some leathers and you had some ruffles. It was this really cool juxtaposition of these two different types of styles meeting.
Sounds kind of 90s.
It was kind of 90s. You know, there were some platforms like we've talked about in the past. You know, and there were some like long wool coats, and you know, there was definitely a not vintage edge, but a throwback edge, I would say. And they always have a cool front row. Haley Steinfeld was there, Liv Tyler, Nicola Peltz.
Cool label, it is.
Yeah, it was a cool show, and I think it got a lot of great responses. So it was, to me, my favorite show of Fashion Week. It was a little bit refreshing because it wasn't following, you know, I think all the trends that a lot of other designers were following.
Right, totally. They kind of, both of these shows kind of feel like broke out on their own, did their own thing. It's just fashion's really about, just like self-expression.
I mean, in London and New York and Milan, we saw a lot of white and we saw a lot of like opulence,
very
but
obvious summer trends.
Yeah, but Paris was totally, I mean, Chanel's showing tweed and, you know, Miu Miu showing wool and leather. I mean, they really kind of blended the seasons. It didn't look like a spring collection, but it totally worked.
Marking for their own drummer.
I know. So now we're going to take a break for a little while. We're done with Fashion Month. We'll check back with you in February when the shows start up again. So thanks for checking in with us all month long to hear about all the other shows.